Hello guys, this is your Uncle Big Fish, and this will be a new video. Very sorry that I haven't uploaded things in almost 2 days. Alright, so this one will be a mass PvP tier list that will include both for Black Sun and probably field PvP, yeah? Now, this one will be made specifically for whales, and I'll make a separate video for a free-to-play player. This one will be ranging from high count till top 1 CP. This will be it this will be the format for this particular video. So this might not be good for free-to-play, but this is definitely a lot better for those that actually is in the range of high count to top CP. All right. So the first one being at the very top is free to play is Elf and I'm the Orc. For those that are not in the adult anime industry, this is a reference to Kuro Inu. Next one will be Hentai Old Man. This is pretty much like the reference from literally like in hentai movies or hentai anime. Like Old Man is always the strongest, yeah. It's always the most OP. Alright, so free to play is Elf and I'm the Orc. The red one is gonna be for the really good ones, and you pretty much go close to unbeatable, or you will kill things very quickly, or you cannot be killed around the area lah. It will actually like have that kind of effect. You will become either really broken or just in one ways or the other. Either you kill people very easily, very quickly, or you will probably have a good sustain and it's impossible to kill, or you can fight multiple people at once. This will be the set. Alright, probably for this one is gonna be a bit controversial, because there will be some that you need to be at least maybe high general or something to utilize, but it will become really broken from then on. Alright, so next will be the H anime Ugly Bastard. Yeah, all ugly bastard are very strong in hentai movies. Next is Harem King. So the first one is gonna be like the most OP. The second one, and the OPness goes down all the way to Harem King. I think after Harem King you're like just so. Then Cuck Boy is bad, and NTR is probably like the worst. Yeah, pretty close. This was actually a request from one of my subscribers, so very sorry. Alright, let's start with this video. And let's start with Fletcher. Fletcher is gonna be a Harem King. The reason for that is because although Fletcher has high bursts and is very strong, but Fletcher lacks a lot of things, and he's very easy to kite, and his mobility is quite bad. So because of that, even with CP, he's quite easy to kill because he cannot really disengage, and he doesn't really have a lot of... It's put it this way, okay? Like Fletcher has good range, but it's not that good. Like he's very limited in terms of a lot of different it's like the class has everything except that it's very soft, and also you lack a lot of forms of damage. Your main damage dealing skill is literally only it's only Volley of Reckoning and Jackpot, and Volley of Reckoning is fast, but Jackpot is quite slow. And also by doing like dead shot on something, you actually don't have any chasing potential. Because you have no chasing potential and you're not exactly the most hard hitter, the balance between benefit and disadvantage is actually very far. Like you do deal damage with your high CP, but even with high CP you cannot chase, and your damage is actually not that impressive. So it's somewhere in between, and because of that, it's neither too good nor bad at the same time. It's just there. It's not great, but that's it. Yeah. And especially in Black Sun, this class really withers down. Very sad stuff. Next will be Archer. Archer is actually a lot better for high CP because the damage is absolutely real. This class's damage in a high CP's hand is very real. Yeah, very high damage, and also the class is capable of actually dishing out a lot of damage. And actually the class is just damage, to be honest. Like chasing potential is absolute garbage, but it makes up for it with the damage. The damage that this class can do is very strong. very high burst. Yeah, the burst damage is absolutely real. I think like 2 shots of concentrated blast can pretty much kill almost maybe 2 or 3 free to plays in 1 shot. Yeah, so it's actually very strong in that main component. It's very strong stuff. The burst is a lot better, and it's Luminous Barrage is a good continuous damage skill. It hurts a lot as well. So yeah, the class just have a lot more burst to like vaporize like free to play players. However, the class does not have a good sustain. The mobility sucks, and because of that, it's not anywhere higher in the list. But the damage is absolutely real. Next will be Warlord. I don't think this one needs any more introduction. This class is a very strong whale class, very tanky, amazing sustain, very very high damage, very good mobility. The class has it all. And one thing in particular that makes it really really good against free to players, the only weapon a free to play has against you is 3 things. One is numbers, they will outnumber you and rape you. Or 2, they will literally like bombard you with all these very high range, and they will kite you around. Or 3, what they will do is either they will use forward guard or they will use grab. However, grabs are not exactly something that's very helpful because this class have conduit, and conduit does have anti-grab. So it's actually quite nice, and also the class is quite tanky and it heals a lot, so it's able to gain back a lot of HP. I think with a full investment on HP recovery, this class can sustain with really ridiculous numbers. Maybe around 4000 HP per 3 seconds. Yeah, something that's stupid. Yeah, it's actually quite possible for it to do that. Quite crazy stuff. Very crazy stuff. Yeah, this Warlord. Yeah. Plus the damage is also very high. The AOE is very nice. It's also got good mobility, so it's good at chasing people as well. And its forward guard break is literally its whole kit. Its whole kit breaks FG. Backdraft breaks FG. Conduit sideways breaks FG. Upper hand breaks FG. Everything breaks FG. Yeah, this class is fucking busted. Very very busted class. My god. Next will be the Blade Master. Blade Master is actually gonna be on anti-art. This class is unfortunately very not viable due to a couple reasons. The class do not have a lot of things. The sustain is pretty garbage, yeah. And then also the class's damage is very very bad. And although it has a good kit in arenas, in field is actually not that good. The range is not good. The class doesn't have a lot of threat value. It's like while you're casting your Squall and your Rising Current, you're not exactly doing anything except staying in place. You don't have any form of fast damage. Your damage is quite slow, and you do revolve around doing combos. And because of that, the class does not have any burst. And because it has no burst, it's very bad for a whale, even for whale, because if you have no burst and your damage output does not come quickly, it's pretty useless. And although you might say, oh, this class has decent mobility, it is actually not true, because its form of mobility is actually only on I think it's quick draw. There's a little bit of movement on retaliate second hit, and also a little bit with your backhanded evasive strike, and also the to the grave. Yeah, very very small mobility. Yeah, it's not worth mentioning. It's very very not worth mentioning. The movement is not great. Yeah, this class's movement is not great. So it sucks in terms of pretty much everything. It's really really bad. Yeah, it's very very bad. Don't play this class. For both free to play or whale, don't play this class. It's very bad. Next will be Buccaneer. Buccaneer might excel a lot in terms of this class might excel in terms of wars and arena, but for Black Sun, this class is very very bad. Like, I'm not kidding, it's so bad, and it has the same problem as Fletcher, but worse, in the sense that because this tier list is for a whale, so you definitely have the CP for it, right? So it's not damage. Like, her damage is not bad. Her damage is actually really really strong. However, the problem is her damage is DPS. It's not exactly burst, and her burst type skills take time, and because of that, the skills don't come out quickly. Like, the moment you hit someone with your smooth sailing, what are you gonna do next? You're gonna use Captain's Wheel first, and then you shoot 3 times, right? In that one instance, enemy can already run away, and you're pretty much stationary during that time, and you're also you don't have a good escape kit, you don't have a good coverage, you're easy to grab, you don't have any form of foreguard break, so it's very easy to outmaneuver you with FG. Your class, this class also doesn't have sustain, so it's once your HP goes down, it's very hard to get the HP back up, and that's actually one of the couple things that makes this class very bad in terms of being played as a whale for Black Sun. It's one of the worst classes for Black Sun for sure. Probably not like the super worst, but I would say it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I played this class previously, so I know it's very bad. I think when I was maining a Buccaneer, I was still at top 30 or top 40 in Asia, I think. So I know from the standpoint of having a high CP, yeah, but it still doesn't help. It doesn't help at all. It's so bad, yeah. Next will be the Corsair. Corsair will actually be on this Age Anime Ugly Bastard, yeah. This class has recently been buffed, and the class's mobility is actually a lot better than I expected for Black Sun. I tried doing a couple of movements using the Flying Wave, and then I used the Descending Tide and the Riding Wave flow. The mobility of this class is quite good. Also, you have a pretty decent burst using Ferocious Wave. They recently buffed the skill, so it actually deals pretty decent damage. And also, Descending Tide is a mobility skill, and also deals a lot of damage. So you actually have a very good like burst in one go. It's got really good burst on Judgment of the Sea as well. So definitely it's got a place. It's also got so much anti-grab, so it's very difficult to grab. You have good coverage with forward guard, break as well, and it's got perfect coverage. It's got everything. Sustain is not amazing, but it's not bad. Yeah, the class is really nice, and it's got pretty good escape. The reason why this class is so good, in my opinion, is because her escape is pretty obviously good. Like, you go Riding Waves, it's pretty much the same as like a Void Knight using like the Darkness. It's pretty similar. It's not as good, but it's pretty similar. Like, the mobility is really good, so she can chase people. And Pirate Tricks is always a good way. So there's like, this class have good mobility, good coverage, decent sustain, and pretty good burst. The only downside is the class does not pump damage that fast, and because of that, it's not in anywhere at the top. If the class have good damage output, fast burst, maybe you can definitely put this either on Hentai Old Man or at the very top. Unfortunately it doesn't, so it's not actually that good, but definitely she's got a place, yeah, for sure. This is a pretty good list to put her in, fortunately. Next will be Phantasma. Phantasma is actually a phenomenal class for a whale. This class is probably better than Archer, I would say. The class is really good. It's got good damage, it's got good sustain, very good mobility, good coverage. The class is pretty much close to perfect, and the only problem with this class is its attacks are slow and pretty much have the pretty similar. It's got a very similar problem as the Archer, but it's the other way around. It's like she's got everything except high burst speed. The speed of her burst damage is quite slow. That is literally the only problem. Everything else is really good, and that's like, she's got everything Archer has, but Archer has everything she doesn't have. So it's around the area lah. She's still got something to miss out, but she's definitely a very good whale class, very strong class, yeah. Next will be VK. This is definitely, yeah, this is gonna be a top tier class for a whale, yeah, for Black Sun. Literally what you do is, yeah, you run, yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. I think this class is probably the best Black Sun class in the game. Very fast burst with Fury of Karma Sylvia, with your Eclipse is a very good one, yeah. Fury of Karma Sylvia, Legacy of Vedir, very fast damage. The burst is there, and you're impossible to chase. You got amazing sustain. I think your class heals around 4,700 every 5 seconds or so. That's not bad healing. If you include with potion, I think you can bump it up to 6,000 per 5 seconds, yeah. That's very good healing for a class. Not as good as Meigu, but still good lah. Still good, yeah. This class has very good sustain, very good mobility. The burst is fast. So yeah, the class is pretty close to perfect. The only problem is, yes, the class does not have good coverage, so she's pretty easy to have her foreguard broken and also easy to grab, but she's very fast and you can always position yourself in a way that's difficult to grab. You can use your skills from max distance as well, and the most important part is you are not chaseable. Nobody can chase you in this game. There's nothing that can chase you, so that's a really strong power for you guys, I guess. Especially for Black Sun, yeah, mobility is king, so that's one thing. She's also very bulky. Next will be the Destroyer. The Destroyer is gonna be put on Cucked Boy. Like, this is a pretty funny class here, I would say. It's got good iframes on some skills, but it's got nothing in particular that's amazing. Like, your main damage skill is a fucking melee consecutive punch that has melee range, and you're not exactly the tankiest guy in the world. You don't exactly have the highest burst. You don't exactly have a good sustain. So it's like it's got good iframes, but it doesn't have the kit nor the range nor the power to do anything, to be honest. It doesn't have the capacity to do much. That's a problem, and I think it has been that way for a while. Very, very sad. Yeah, this Destroyer, very sad class. Next will be the Titan. Titan is a top tier class. I would say this class is probably a very top tier whale class. It boasts having the best sustain in the game, with the balance of damage, sustain, and it has a grab. It's like the grabber equivalent of Warlord. Yeah, it's as tanky as Warlord or close to it. It has a grab, and it's got a lot better. It's got a lot more better suited for 1v1 combat, and the spin actually deals a lot of damage, and it moves, so it follows people. You need to use a different skill to get there. Very, very strong, and I think ever since they did the buff on the jump, you actually have a decent mobility and burst. That's absolutely insane shit. Yeah, very, very insane stuff. And this Titan, very high CP Titan is near unkillable. I'm kidding. It's very, very close to being unkillable. It's absolutely bonkers and very, very broken shit. Yeah, this class super, super strong. However, it still cannot chase a VK, so because of that, it's not exactly that good if you are looking for points in Black Sun. VK will always be a better option because fast in, fast out. Yeah. All right. Next will be Solaris. This is actually a pretty good class for the Black Sun. It's got good mobility, very good burst, it's got a grab, it's got range threat, it's got pretty much close to everything except for two particular things. It doesn't have good sustain, and also it doesn't exactly have the best coverage. The class does have one anti-grab, but that's not enough. So that's not great. She's easy to kite around, but eventually she'll be able to chase you. The only downside is she's slow as fuck. That her damage is fucking slow. That's literally the same issue as Phantasma, but worse. So I'll probably put her here. Phantasma will probably be slightly better, but that's about it. Yeah, it's not that it doesn't really miss out on anything. Yeah. Hasashin is gonna be on NTR. Yeah, this class is actually absolutely dog shit. Yeah. His class got literally nothing except mobility. The burst is shit. Everything is shit. Everything is shit. Like, there's nothing good about this class, to be honest. Like, I think the only good kid is this class can break totems, but aside from that, yeah, it's not exactly the best in the world. It's got no damage. Even with CP, guys. Even with CP, the class damage is very shit. Yeah, it's very, 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 very shit. Very low CP. I think I have a fat Mao to vouch for me on that one. Yeah, the class's damage is absolutely dog shit. Even with CP, it's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad, man. My god, so shit. So sad. Next will be Kunoichi. This will be actually quite the same as, maybe I'll probably put Kunoichi here. Invis into a full combo is still something that you can do. However, for a whale, the class will be put here, unfortunately. It's just not good, guys. It's very, very shit class. Yeah, very, very, very bad class. It's got nothing in particular that's good. I think it sucks in terms of everything. It's coverage. Yeah, probably coverage is good. Yeah, she's got perfect coverage, but everything else sucks. Like, her damage sucks, her trading power sucks, her burst sucks, her Yeah, everything sucks. Sustain is actually not too bad, I would say. You can put Sarah on Shadow Plume and on Touch of Death, so it's probably something, but it's not great, guys. By any means, it's not great at all. You can go Invis though, so which is like there's still some things into it, but there's no point if you can't kill anything. See, like there's no point in doing that. So it's pretty sad. Yeah, I think the burst is definitely for a whale. Your goal is to kill things quickly and go away quickly. That's your goal, because your time is very precious. I think as a whale, your time is precious. You want to kill things quickly and run away. That's your goal. Next will be the Crimson Lily. This class for whale is gonna be in Harem King. I'll probably put her probably here. Yeah, this is a good place. With CP, you do not have that much problems in terms of damage, because your CP deals the damage. However, there are a couple of things you need to know. You need a very very high CP to make this work, because the damage still sucks even with CP. However, the one silver lining is you have arguably one of the best sustain in the game. You have good mobility, and your class just naturally is very annoying to deal with. So you're basically fighting all of this with mobility and sustain. You are very very hard to kill, but everything else sucks, and because of that you are not gonna be put anywhere higher on the list. It's like she is equivalent to Buccaneer, but it's like the other way around. It's like Buccaneer has everything she's got, but doesn't have anything she doesn't like. Buccaneer has damage, Buccaneer has good burst, but Buccaneer does not have mobility, Buccaneer doesn't have sustain. Fletcher on the other hand is like in the in between of the Lily and the Buccaneer. Fletcher is somewhere in between, but still not good. So it sucks, yeah. It very very sucks. Next will be the Lan. This Lan is actually not bad. I'll probably put her here, and H Anime Ugly Bastard. Yeah, this is like a pretty good class, I would say. It's actually pretty good. I was quite surprised to see like how much sustain she's got actually. However, she lacks that chasing potential. She does not have a good burst, and because of that, she'll be put on this list. It's mostly just mobility and iframe, but doesn't have the power to make that high fast casting skills that can kill quickly. Primrose will be a pretty good class for a whale. I'll probably put her somewhere around here. I would say Primrose is better than the Phantasma. Primrose is very strong now due to having the slow and also having a much better damage. The burst is definitely there. However, she is pretty bad at a couple things. The one is she lacks coverage. Just one thing, lacks coverage. Two is her damage is very limited. Like her damage is actually quite limited. Like after you dodge her 2 absolute 0, she's got nothing left. Like absolutely nothing left. She's easy as fuck to grab. She's very easy to get super messed up. It's very easy. She's got almost no sustain. So because of that, she's like, once you get her HP low, it's very difficult for her to get HP back up. Like her damage does not come out as quickly as say Warlord, you know. I mean, she can run away, but because her skills require mana, so eventually you need to hit something to get the mana back to use the skill again. However, I would say the class is a very solid, very very strong class. However, I think that a job for a whale is not to run away, but to engage, because you're the fucking predator. There's no point in you running away like a bitch. So if you can't kill quickly and run away, it's no point. It's like no point, yeah. At least that's a silver lining, in my opinion. That's a silver lining for me. Next will be Lotus. Lotus is an absolutely super strong class. Very very strong for a whale. The class have 24/7 mobility. It's very very fast. It deals a lot of damage from just using I think 2 or 3 skills. Flash Step is very very fast. You can use a Blood Moon. It chases. It has high damage, and you can just literally like chain that into Blooming Divide. Very very good damage. Very good sustain. You can put Seret on Chaos. You can put Seret on many other skills, and it gives you this constant rotation of healing. And also you have a very very good passive, which means that when you run you do have immunity. You have Crescendo as well. You have perfect coverage. The class is just solid for a whale. This class is super strong for a whale, no doubt about it. This class is fucking broken for a whale. She's got a lot of invincible during flash step as well when your passive is up. The class just doesn't lack in many things, in my opinion, for Black Sun especially. Very strong class for Black Sun. Alright, next will be Mystic. Mystic, in my opinion, is a very, very good whale class. I would say this is pretty close to maybe here. The only problem with Mystic is the moment you use your Fury Dive, you cannot cancel the skill, so someone can just run away while you're casting it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And people can capitalize on that. That is the only problem. Everything else about Mystic is good. Her mobility is very, very good. Her mobility is really, really good. Her damage burst is very good on Fury Dive. She's very tanky. She's got pretty good coverage. Sustain is okay. Her class is pretty much solid. Just that one thing. Fury Dive cannot be cancelled. So if you're in a bad spot and you Fury Dive, you're fucked. That's what makes it kind of bad, yeah, in my opinion. Her sustain is not bad, for sure. The sustain is not bad, but it's not great. That's probably one thing, yeah. Next will be Eclipse. Believe it or not, this class I would rank pretty high on the list. I'll put actually Eclipse above Phantasma on this one. Eclipse with her passive now blocks damage, evades damage completely. It gives you an iframe for 1 second after whenever your passive is up, yeah. So it's actually quite strong, guys. It's actually quite insane, yeah, how much mobility you can cover with 3 lunges into, like, say your Remise, Meteor Fleece. It's just got so much, like, it's got so much going for it. Plus you can always have you have amazing sustain on your Launch Serret. You can go the Royal Fencing Thrust Serret. You can go like so many skills Serret, yeah. Very, very good chasing potential. Her damage is very, very fast. And the best part about it is her damage comes quickly. The burst is very, very strong, yeah. The only weakness is obviously, yeah, very bad coverage. That is literally the only weakness that she's got. Her coverage is pretty crap. That is the bad thing about it. Coverage is pretty crap. Aside from that, everything is pretty close to perfect, yeah. Coverage is pretty great. Just the AoE is quite low. Burst is there, so it's not a problem. That's the only problem, honestly. The coverage is not good. Next will be the Nova. This class for whales. I would say this class is a lot better for field PvP rather than for Black Sun. Her Black Sun is probably just meh, but her field PvP is definitely a very strong kit, yeah. I'll probably put her below Archer just because her damage doesn't come out very quickly. But she's defensively very bulky and got very good sustain. However, she lacks that chasing power, that pressure. She doesn't have it. She doesn't have the pressure, so she's difficult to kill. So it's like she dominates in this one particular method, but sucks in everything else. It's like she's very bulky, very difficult to kill, but doesn't really have the most powerful methods of killing or nor chasing. It's pretty much the only downside. Everything else is good though. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next will be Windwalker. This class is actually very, very strong. Like, believe it or not, I genuinely believe that Windwalker might be better than Primrose. Windwalker has very good mobility in Black Sun. You cannot keep up like 24/7 immunity mobility, but you are actually a pretty fast class. Your skills come quickly. You have amazing coverage. You have amazing damage burst. You have good coverage. Your class is just great. The only problem is she is very, very soft, and I would say, like, if you trade into a high damage skill, it's not gonna look good on you. That's one thing that's pretty bad. Plus, her damage is actually melee. Like, both the Rupture, which is your main damage, is melee range. So if someone gets out of the way, the damage is not gonna pump through because the range of that skill is pretty garbage. Plus, Ethereal Blast doesn't have the best range either, which is your main 2 damage fillers. So it's pretty similar issue with Primrose, I would say. Like, your damage is locked behind that 2 skills, and once those 2 skills are out, you're done. You have no damage anymore. I think that's the main problem with this class, yeah. The damage is locked on a couple skills, and they have relatively long cooldowns, like 6 seconds or something. So, and they don't coincide, so you can't rotate them indefinitely. Like, I think after you use like absolute zero twice, you have like a pretty long downtime. And Windwalker is the same way as well. So that's quite sad, yeah, for sure. The reach is quite garbage, so you can't really like hit someone from behind also. It's a pretty melee frontal class where you need to always commit everything to get close and deal damage. And she's not exactly the bulkiest class in the world, so that's an issue as well. Next will be the Huntress. Huntress is unfortunately, in my opinion, gonna be put here on Cucked Boy. Now this one is probably like a similar issue with Buccaneer and Fletcher. However, unlike the two, this class just lacks in terms of pretty much almost everything. If you think Buccaneer's damage is garbage, Fletcher's damage is garbage, I mean like the mobility is garbage, Huntress mobility is even more garbage than Buccaneer and Fletcher. Buccaneer still got Trick Shot. Fletcher still have the Light Beam. Huntress doesn't have anything. Yeah, like your only mobility is your running and your Blasting Gust. And if you want that, the other two has better mobility on that one as well. So that's quite sad, yeah. A very, very sad thing here. I mean, you can argue you can use Will of the Wind, but it's very, very clunky to use. So it's not very good exactly. It's not good, yeah. Very, very shit. Doesn't have good coverage as well. I would say like her damage output is also not that great. So it's pretty slow. Like when she's cocking the explosive shot, yeah, it takes a bit of time. And when her skills have a really, really long wind up, like Descending Current, you need to pull the bow and hit the air, and you need to make sure enemy doesn't move away from the location. And also while you're cocking, you don't really do anything, so it's pretty sad. Like the class doesn't have burst. The burst is pretty slow. Everything is slow. Cannot chase. Cannot do anything. It's just sad as fuck. Yeah, very, very sad class. Next will be the Legatus. This is actually a very, very strong class. In the hands of a whale, I genuinely believe this class could be a very, very high tier class. The only problem is you need a very, very high CP to play this. But with high CP, I would say this class is pretty close to perfect. Like sustain, check, coverage, check, damage, check, burst, check, mobility, check, everything check. Like this class is super, super good. The only problem is you need CP. You do need CP for this one. I would probably say you need at least general to play this class. Yeah, you need at least general for sure. But once you get general CP and you use this, you're gonna be really, really strong. Yeah, very, very strong. Low commitment, high damage, high sustain, very, very good poke, very good mobility. You can always run, can always chase. Perfect. Like there's nothing wrong about that in this class. Super, super good class. And most importantly, immunity to debuffs. That is a fucking powerful like kit, yeah. You cannot get slowed, you cannot get attack speed slowed, you cannot get critical hit chance reduction, cannot get your healing reduced. Perfect, especially perfect. Next will be Sage. This class is unfortunately gonna be put here. The only problem is it's slow. The damage output is slow. That is it. Everything else is good. Shy, gonna be put here. The class is not suitable for a whale due to a couple reasons, but I'm gonna probably put her somewhere around here. I'll probably rank Shy probably below. Probably gonna be putting her here. I'll probably move things a little bit. I'll probably move the Sage here. I'll probably move Nova and the Shy here, yeah. The problem with Shy is she's just defensively bulky, but she has no chasing potential, she has no coverage, she has no damage. That is the only sad part. But she's impossible to kill, and in a 1v1 scenario, the class can definitely outlast any other class. However, the class cannot chase to anything, so literally you can just run away from it, and there's nothing that you can do. I think that's the saddest part. You can just run away from her, there's nothing she can do about it. Very, very sad. Very, very sad, yeah. Reaper, I would say Reaper is actually quite decent. I'll probably put Reaper around here. Probably around the same category as the Corsair. Just lacks that burst, yeah. Everything else is pretty good. Just lacks coverage, lacks a bit of sustain, maybe a little bit more sustain. Damage wise, CP will take care of it. Yeah, because it's just there for some reason. It's just not amazing at particularly anything. It doesn't have good range, doesn't have good anything, to be honest. It's quite sad, yeah. But the class is pretty decent, I would say. Invis into a fast-moving Invis is always a powerful weapon, for sure. Raven, no need to argue. The single strongest class in VDM, yeah. Permanently on iframe, fast damage, high burst, fucking good sustain, fucking good perfect coverage. Yeah, you cannot go wrong. If you think Legatus is fucking broken, this class is even more broken. It's fucking busted, yeah. Yacha, I would say for Black Sun is still a very A tier class. I'll probably put Yacha probably over here. I cannot decide which one's better, Yacha or VK. I'll probably say Yacha is better just because he's more aggressive. He has more pressure, yeah. His means of pressuring is a lot worse than the VK. He can pressure enemy very, very crazy, yeah, very crazy pressure. That's probably the thing that makes him better, for sure. And the existence of grabs is also very OP. GM, I would say is the same. I'll probably say GM is probably better than Yacha, I would say, but not really. I'll probably put it this way. GM is super bulky, very high damage. The burst is amazing. Coverage is fucking perfect. Hell Sweep has anti-grab. Very high damage skills. Has a grab. Has everything, literally. You have an FG in the front and SA in the back, so shoulder thrust cannot be broken. Fucking perfect shit. Yeah, there's like nothing wrong about these classes at the very top. Absolutely perfect gods. Spirit Walker, I would say, is like Harem. Yeah, this is probably like same shit as like the others, yeah, around this area. Same shit. Damage wise, it's God, but everything else it just doesn't have, yeah. Lupa, I would say, is a pretty good class for a whale. This thing boasts the same amount of mobility as the VK. However, the class doesn't have the kind of damage pump nor the coverage, so I'll probably put this one a bit lower, probably around here. The class just runs. That's all you can do. There's nothing else that you can do. Exactly, like it doesn't really do anything aside from running away. That's the only problem. Legatus, on the other hand, can pressure, can do all this shit. Yeah. Alright, next will be Lancer. This is probably one of the strongest classes as well. I will probably put Lancer probably here, right above. I'll probably move it here. I'll probably move Lancer above Yacha, probably below Raven, I would say. Like, Lancer's got pretty fast burst and Holy Thrust. It has a good escape using Fallen Angel. It's got a fucking good sustain. It's got everything. Like, the class is just perfect. Like, there's nothing that can run from this shit, pretty much. Like, aside from the other broken ones. It's so strong. Like, I don't understand why they made it so fucking strong. It's just broken as fuck, yeah. Paladin, unfortunately, probably gonna be put here. Paladin is like good mobility, but everything else sucks. Nothing good about it, yeah. Sucks. Very sucks. The class sucks so bad. Berserker, pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to explain it anymore, yeah. I'll probably say here, probably, yeah. Berserker, no need to argue, yeah. This class is broken as fuck, fucking broken shit. Glady, absolute dog shit, yeah. Don't need to play. Zero range, nothing. It can't do shit. It can't do shit, guys. Believe me, the class can't do shit except from grabbing. It's a good support, but it's a grabber support. It doesn't do anything aside from grabbing people. Now this one is a different story, guys. This Invoker was said to be a garbage class, but believe it or not, in the hands of a fat whale, this class might be one of the strongest in the game. I genuinely believe that this class have a lot of potential in the hands of a whale that is very high CP. Like, we're talking about like top 5. The class has a lot of power in that. Like those crackles that does like no damage, with CP will deal damage. Does a lot of hits. It travels. Very good mobility, very good range, very good everything. I'll probably say Invoker is one of the most volatile classes that ever existed. It's very hard to kill if you know what you're doing, yeah? I'll probably say Invoker is probably around here if you're talking like very top tier, but I have to put average lah. If I put average, I'll probably put Invoker probably around here probably. Yeah, I'll probably move Invoker here. If it's just mid CP, like low general, high, maybe high or low Duke, probably put it here. But if the CP is higher, I would easily put that on rank 1, probably. Very broken shit, the class very broken, and high with high CP, very broken. Archmage. Now this class is recently buffed, and I think this class is fucking awesome for Black Sun. I'm talking about really good. I might put this probably even here. It's got amazing sustain. It's got very good mobility ever since they changed the Firestorm. Well, it's not amazing or anything, but it's not bad. Yeah, you can go like Firestorm into your Implosion, and yeah, pretty much stay in place using Frigid Fog and repeat. Yeah, it doesn't have amazing mobility, I would say, but it's got a good head start. Like, it moves a long way, then it has a slight delay, and then you can do all that again. So mobility is like she covers a lot of distance, and then she has a bit of downtime, and then she can cover a lot of distance again. That's how it works. But same problem, consumes mana. That's the issue. Damage wise, not amazing, but with CP, gonna be amazing for sure. This is a whale tier list, so obviously that will become a thing. Dracania, no need to argue. This class is fucking busted, yeah? Very busted class. I'll probably put this one probably over here. By the way, I'm gonna move this like a thus here, yeah? Dracania, literally don't need to do shit, just straight, you win, yeah? You land 1 Wings of Ruin, you're done. You can run away with Dragon Glide, with Volpatras, with Azul Claw, Makanon. You can, yeah, it's got amazing mobility, very high damage. It's just self-explanatory, yeah? Very broken shit. Next is gonna be Sura. Sura for whale. I would say it's a waste. So I'll probably put it here. It's a waste for a whale, but not. It's like the damage is there. She's got good mobility, very good. Got Invis, but all this doesn't really make you a fast killer, because at the end of the day, you're just a soft class that does not have enough. Like, the kit is more based for free to play than for a whale. It's a waste. Like, Invis is a waste for a whale because you don't need it. Like, your job is not to go Invis. Like, your job is to go in fast, kill fast. That's it. If you're talking like very fast mobility and something, his mobility is very limited. Shadow Break, Biting Slash, and that's it. You're pretty much dry, and probably can Twin Fang. Mobility is pretty limited. Yeah, I think that's the problem. But I don't think it's fair to put it there. I'll probably put it here. I'll probably say this one is a lot closer to Reaper. I would say around the area, probably around that area for sure. Yeah. It's definitely got better damage than Reaper for sure, but it's like the Reaper is more flexible. Sura is not very flexible. Plus, grabs doesn't tend to be necessarily a good thing for whales, because while you're grabbing, you don't deal damage. So it's pretty sad. Alright, next will be Wusa. This one, unfortunately, in my opinion, for a whale, it's not necessarily a good thing, I would say. Like for Black Sun, her mobility is only on 2 skills, 3 maybe, and you have a very long downtime. I would say like her sustain is not that great either. Your sustain is only on Plum. I think the rest of your Serret skills are very garbage. Like there's one on Stormfall and one on Cloud Calf. It's very low. You don't have amazing sustain, I would say. Sustain wise is not great. So it's pretty a waste, I would say. Like, your damage doesn't pump quickly. And I think because of that, I'll probably put Wusa somewhere around here. It's actually not that great. Like, she don't exactly excel in terms of everything. For Black Sun, she cannot really chase people too well, I would say. Damage doesn't come out fast, so it's not exactly something that you want to do. Continuous chasing is impossible. So it's not exactly a great thing, I would say. It's not great, for sure. It's not great. Next is Migu. Now, this one is my prize of all time. I think Migu is an absolutely phenomenal class. The only problem is mobility. She's got everything except mobility. Like, this is arguably the single hardest class to kill. It's got the single strongest sustain in the game. It has a staggering 6.5 thousand HP heal per 3 seconds. That's just absolutely bonkers, very broken shit, yeah. That's very, very broken shit, guys. I'm not kidding. Very, very broken stuff. And you imagine that, but you can't run. So you became like the slow ass shit. They can't do anything. That's the pain in the ass. That's literally the pain. Everything else is good. She just can't run or chase. So to be honest, I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but if I'm gonna put my finger on it, I would say Meigu is phenomenal. I'll probably put her probably here. I would say I definitely don't think that Meigu is better than Lotus, but honestly, it's very hard to decide, guys. Like, if we're talking sustain wise, she's definitely here for sure. But if we're talking like damage wise, it's like very like damage is actually pretty good, yeah. The only problem is the mobility. The mobility is like it's like fucking F tier, man. So it's like she's like F tier in like everything, but also like it's like she's F tier in mobility, but like S tier in terms of everything else. So it's like it's very hard to decide, you know. But I think just for the sake of this one, I'll be very non-biased. I'll probably put it in the middle. I would say that she's probably better than this one, maybe. Yeah, I'll probably put it like this, maybe. Yeah, probably like this. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm pretty cool with that. Yeah, she's man, the class is so tanky, though. Like fucking hell, and the class is impossible to kill. Very, very. If you find a high CP, it's fucking impossible to kill. All right, so this will be the tier list. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Oh my god. Shy actually and Meigu has a very similar kit actually. But Meigu is still better lah. Meigu can still run a little bit lah. Shy just cannot do shit. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh my god. Alright, so I think that's gonna be about it for today's video. The next one will be for the free-to-play players. So this one's gonna be for Wales first. I don't know when the free-to-play data will be finished, but for now, this is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon on the next one. Once more, there you go. See you.